Hey YouTube, it may be a little noisy out here. I'm at the TA truck stop west of Columbus, Ohio. I'm going to get something to eat here. What ended up happening, I unloaded this morning at Cincinnati, Ohio, and then after sitting there for a while and finishing my break after the load was unloaded, they sent another load that picked up at, it was supposed to pick up this afternoon in Columbus, and it was supposed to pick up at 3 p.m. So I made it to the shipper by, I don't know, it was probably about 2:40 p.m. Made it to the shipper, and they kind of hem-hawed around. They had me wait a while, and then the next thing I know, they had me wait some more, and they took down my phone number and so on and so forth, and I let my company know that I was waiting, and of course this was supposed to be a hot load that was going to deliver in St. Louis the next day being tomorrow, and the 20th, and so, it didn't happen, obviously, needless to say, and so now they said, well, the shipper finally came back and said, oh, well, we know about the load now, but we'll load it in the morning. So it looks like I'm waiting until the morning. So I went ahead and came to this TA truck stop. I think it might be London, Ohio, is the name of the town. It's just west of Columbus on Interstate 70. So I came here, and I'm going to get something to eat, and here, and I don't know, probably then I'll drive back over and park at the shipper, so I'll be there for the morning. There's a large pile of snow right there. So now I'm back at the shipper, and now it's just a kind of a waiting game. They're supposed to load it around 5 a.m. So I'm parked right. There's a service road right next door to the place, because this place doesn't really have much room, so they put you out on the service road out here, right next door. And I have their phone number, so I'll call them in the morning, just before 5 o'clock. I'll go ahead and call the guard, and let them know that I'm here, and so on and so forth. And even though they already know that I'm here, need to sort of remind them, because it'll probably be a different guard at that point. And then you have different, the people come in, the next shift comes in. So. Yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. I had the option of, after they found out that the load didn't load until 5 a.m., I had the option of kind of dumping the load, and then they would have put me on something else. But at that point, after sitting here for several hours earlier, I'd already burned up enough of the hours in the day that things are kind of counting down, so I figure I might as well just go ahead and stick with this load. So, and then on the other end, they'll either have a live delivery appointment, or I'll be dropping it. They have a drop yard over in the St. Louis area. So, one thing I wanted to talk about was, the idea, I've been talking about the idea of always doing the right thing, and how people around you, the sort of groupthink around us, attempts to pressure us to get us to do the wrong thing. And basically, the temptation is, the pressure is to sin, and that pressure has to exist. Because otherwise, if that pressure didn't exist, then we would do the right thing like a wind-up robot. And we have to want to do the right thing. And, in order for it to mean anything, you have to want to do the right thing, even in the face of ridicule, even in the face of adversity, so on and so forth. So the people around you, friends, family, whoever, everyone's corrupted to a certain extent. The tendency is to try to get, to corrupt you, to pressure you into kind of conforming, be like everybody else, and sort of do the right, kind of go along to get along. Don't stand up, don't speak up, go along with whatever the evil flavor of the moment is. And so what does society want you to do? What do the people around you want you to do? They want you to commit basically 7 deadly sins. They want you to, rape, rob, murder, steal, so on and so forth. And, covet, and, what does that mean? What is socialism? What is communism? Robbing from your neighbor. Make your neighbor pay for your life. Make your neighbor pay for your medical procedure. Make your neighbor pay. Sort of steal from the people that are actually producing. And when it comes right down to it, money is a medium of exchange. People get all confused about what money is. It's simply a medium of exchange. It could just as easily be seashells. Or it could be, whatever we designated, it would just be a medium of exchange. Ultimately, if you take the money out of the equation and realize that that's just the medium of exchange, you have people that are working, producing goods and services, and then people that don't. And the temptation is to get you, as many people as possible to not, and that's one of the 7 deadly sins, sloth. Get you to, be slothful. Just sit around and do nothing, and there's something good about work. Work is actually a very good thing. Work is very therapeutic. Work, in the book of Genesis, it's, it's talking about Adam, man will, shall work by the sweat of his brow. And there's something redeeming about that. And so work is a good thing. So it tries to trick you, what in other ways, murder. What's abortion? Abortion is murder. Get you to go along with murder. Get you to condone it. Maybe even get you to commit it. Be a part of it. Same way, the idea you're gonna, euthanasia, or kill people because their lives aren't worth living. Decide who lives and who dies. Someone decides who lives and who dies based on, their life isn't worth living, so therefore they should die. We'll just kill them. And, so every one of these sins, if you look, there is an equivalent out there, but it's always couched in, we're merciful, we want to be a merciful society, and so on and so forth. And so it's always couched. The story is, the quote-unquote narrative that people are always talking about, narrative is just a story. The story is that these are really good things. Rape and robbing and murdering and so on and so forth, those are all really good things. And here's why, and we're going to couch it in terms of these are good, and and of course it leads to hell on earth, and that's what, where earth is a halfway house between heaven and hell. This earth is not meant to be perfect. This existence is not perfect. It's not meant to be. We're here, we're being tried at this point. We've got an opportunity to we're sort of being put to the test, in other words. And so as such, again, if you, there's a reward for doing the right thing. The reward is immediate. The reward is that you move closer to your Creator. And, it's people get all confused about it, and it's actually very simple. But it is easy to kind of get confused, and once you're separated from your common sense, once you're separated from your Creator, you're easily buffeted, you're easily confused, and you're very suggestible. And of course, evil always suggests that you do the wrong thing. It always suggests that you sin. Groupthink always gets you to sin. So, anyhow, from Columbus, Ohio, I'll catch you later.